Foundation Board reached out to me and said, "I need you to meet somebody." I'm like, okay, cool. Nah, I really think we can. And so I'm like, okay, they're getting ready to pitch me. So I went, and I think I shared a little bit about this morning, but I went and I was like, sit there and like, we do your content, you're a good guy, you need to be doing more. And I'm thinking, more? And I'm like, what? And she's like, do lives, get on Instagram, do more of this and that. So today, you know that the crazy thing about the power of connection is this event would not have happened today. I'm just going to tell you guys. She just basically told me, the stuff I talked about this morning, and just be yourself. And you know what's going to happen with that? Is people are going to be attracted to what you're doing. So I want to say thank you for that. Thank you for that. And I'll just be straight with you. I mean, I wouldn't be standing here today if it hadn't been for her. I probably would have been, but who knows how long it would have been. It wasn't really a kick in the butt either. It was kind of nice. So she said, just do more. If you need help, just let me know. Nice about it. And I said, well, I got to be in brand guy. She's like, well, it's fine. You just work with him, do what you do. And I said, but I tell you what, I would prefer just to see you do whatever I can to help you out as much as possible. And the cool thing about it is, today, that's all I'm Thank you for
that. Yeah, her and I go a long way far back. So speaking of networking, so we've talked all about networking person, and I know it's really scary when people think social media, but let me tell you, it is the easiest and fastest way, and it can feel natural, and it really will help expand you even further. I'm a mom of 2 boys. I have a 4 and 6-year-old. I am busy. Okay, really busy. So when I started working, I really started diving into social media more to network because I could just do it from my couch, right? I could spend more time with my kids. I could spend more time with my husband. But at the same time, I'm expanding my brand, expanding my network and my reach. So social media, as scary as it seems and how like unhumanized it is, it actually really is. And it can be. And it can really change your business. It can change your industry. It can change everything for you by just showing up every single day. Now, there's certain platforms that everyone likes to choose, and I do not like telling people to pick a certain platform because I think pick your own platform. When you guys open your phone, what is the first platform you go to when it comes to social media? Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. We have some TikTokers in here. Oh, you go away. But we'll see, right? We'll see. So Facebook is the OG. I love Facebook and I love LinkedIn too. And you can totally expand and grow your network when it comes to Facebook. What's so great about Facebook is there's these amazing groups in there of like hobbies, real estate, I like beer group, dogs, whatever have you. Get into those groups. That is you networking. And you never know, because it's a relatable thing, there might be a lead in there for you. Okay, it doesn't actually have to be your niche that you need to join these groups. There's tons of groups I'm in that are just hobby groups, and people will tag me in there. It's like, oh, you know, Megan, she does social media marketing. It's not even a marketing group. So you can really network in Facebook when you join groups like that. Community engagement. And then Instagram, you have ideal for personal branding, visual storytelling, and then getting the deal. So also age demographic, right? So Facebook, you do have more of the 30s into 40s generation, going even in 50s or 60s. My mom is on there. She loves me on Facebook. So she's in her 50s. And then you have Instagram that's kind of more of the younger generation. And that's really where you can tell your stories. It's more video, visual, pictures. So the key differences between the two and using them for networking is Facebook, like I said, has more mature, diverse content types, events, groups, stories. So when you do content on Facebook, you want to do events, something like this, right? And I know because of 2020, the pandemic, it really has gotten hard to get people to physically come. But people want that now, though, more than ever. Honestly, that's why social media marketing has changed completely. It's not about selling. It's not about any of that stuff. They actually just want personal connection with people. People don't trust the news anymore. They trust you, what you're saying. And they want to hear from you. You all have a voice. You all have a talent. You are so uniquely different. They want to see that because no one really wants to watch the news anymore. That's why TikTok was so dramatic for some. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, but TikTok is a platform where I can find out the real truth. People can talk and say what they want. And that's what people want. So you can be so influential on people by just being you and authentic and getting on Facebook or Instagram. Now, the mindset shift is huge when it comes to social media because a lot of people I work with or I go speak or do workshops with, they're like, I'm not a social media person in person. I totally get that. I was like that too until I got on social and I kind of just pushed myself. And how I pushed myself was honestly, I got on stories. I didn't even do videos. I got on stories and just started talking, showing behind the scenes my day, basically like vlogging. And then people started just engaging. And I was like, oh, this is different. And then we started getting the DMs. And then I started doing videos and then people started commenting and it just started building from there. So what I tell people when it comes to content, you still want to, keep to that old general rule of marketing, doing the 80-20 rule. So 80% value, 20% promotion. Now there are clients I work with that don't actually even promote at all. And I know you have to find that good balance. But like someone said earlier, I can't remember who it was, but we are trying to sell. We are trying to do something, right? We're trying to get business. And you can do it in a way that's not too salesy or pushy, but some people don't do it enough. And you can do it in a way that is still selling, but not shoving it down your throat, right? And storytelling is a really great way of doing that. Telling stories about client wins, telling a situation you had with your clients, just talking through your day and what you do in your day. That's you selling without actually selling to the client. So content. So personal stories, like I just said, huge. Engaging posts like polls, Q&A, challenges, interactive content, and then live videos and reels, best way to engage in real time. So if you are doing stories, and I had to get in a habit of this too, don't just post your stories. Do like a questionnaire, do a poll, do something where they actually, you're telling them to engage with you. I know that sounds silly, but some people just don't know that they want to talk, that you want them to talk to you, respond back to you. So doing things like that on your stories can really help. Live videos. I used to do these a lot, and I would do it the same day each week, and I would get on at a certain amount of time every single week, and I would talk and just be open to people. And just be like, hey, I'm on here. I'm talking about marketing. We're going to go over this. And so all of a sudden, I started building this community where people were coming in. They were asking me questions. They were curious. And that really helped amplify even more just to be there and answer questions. But again, I'm not selling. I'm just here. Hey, I'm here. I'm popping in. I'm going to be live at 7 p.m. Join me at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Content types for Facebook. Great articles are fantastic to share on Facebook. Videos, obviously, events like this, status updates. Obviously, Facebook and LinkedIn are status content, right? You go on there, you write statuses. So really try to make it fun, engaging, and almost like controversial, which starts conversation. Going on there, asking people what they think about something, maybe in your job or your career, that can kind of start conversation, but put the edge a little bit. People love that stuff and they eat it up. Instagram, again, high quality visuals, reels, stories, and then carousels. So video is so scary to so many, and I totally understand because it is so awkward. I get it. I was one of those. If you scroll way back on my Instagram, it's like cringy. It's like I look back and I'm like, now this was when the dancing was in, guys. Okay, it was like when TikTok came out and everyone's like doing this and this. And I'm a dancer, so like, of course I ate that up. But like now I look at it, I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, marketing, social media. You're my client. And I'm like, oh dude. But ever changing, right? Everything is changing when it comes to trends, when it comes to social media. But that was what was doing well on social media at the time. Video really does allow you to personal connect with people on social media. The statuses and the photos can only go so far. People can actually see you, hear you, feel your energy, see your eyes. So because social media is so impersonal, which it is because we're actually not in person, right? Getting on video actually does create that. Then you build a trust. Then you build an engagement. Then they feel like they like, know, and trust you. So getting on there as much as possible really will help build that community for you. Start with stories. I tell people all the time, if you're not comfortable with doing videos and recording reels, start with stories. Get on your Facebook stories, get on your Instagram stories, start talking. Because there's really no rules on there necessarily, and that'll just help you get on camera. There's no structure. You can just be who you are. And then once you get comfortable with that, then try to do some reels. And if you're not a trendy person, don't do trends, don't do them. Don't do them. There's no specific formula Just be you, whatever's comfortable for you. Because people will work with me, they're like, Megan, I'm not you. And I'm like, no, you're not. I don't want you to be me. like, like you can't, just like I can't be Charles. I can't be Vernon. No one can be you. So there's no person, if you follow them, you're like, well, I'll never be like them. Well, no, don't be like them. Why would you want to be like them? We were all made uniquely different and we stand out. And that's why people work with you because of who you are. So just be you. Don't overthink it. We all overthink content and videos. Really just be confident in who you are and you will attract your ideal clients. With videos, you also get more emotional connection. So then people really do emotionally connect with you when it comes to video and builds credibility and trust. So tips for creating engaging video content. Keep videos authentic, raw. People connect with raw, unpolished moments, right? That's why TikTok did so well when it came out nowhere in 2020. Because it's just real and raw. The whole content of TikTok is just getting on there and saying what the heck you want to do and doing whatever you want to do and selling whatever you want to do. There's no rules, there's no grid. It doesn't have to look pretty and perfect. Instagram was originally a Pinterest worthy platform that TikTok shook up and now it's changing, right? But TikTok, the reason why, guys, it was so successful and took off so fast and scared the US is because people were being real. People are able to be authentic. And that is what really does work and sell when you are just being yourself. So start strong, grab attention the first few seconds. Now I will say there is if you want a little structure, so you just want to go in there and say, hi, I'm Megan Galbraith. I think you all know that. You've probably heard that so many times. Don't start a video like that. So you do want to have some kind of hook or interest or start a video where there's something interesting happening when you first get on there. Okay. Show your face. People connect better. Now, thank goodness, B-roll stuff like the faceless content, thank goodness is going away. I did not like it in 2024. I thought it was just, again, so impersonal. And that's the whole point of this and why we're doing this is to connect with people. So I'm glad to see that gone. Now, you don't have to talk on video. If you're not good at talking on video and you're like, Megan, I just can't do it. I have clients like that. We can do where you just record yourself, put text over it, trending audio. You can do voiceovers too. Voiceovers are great. Heck, you can even sometimes get on camera and talk and then do a voiceover. That's really entertaining when it comes to the engaging eye, people watching a video. So there's so many options out there that you can do. There's no specific way, just your way and what's comfortable for you. But we just want you out there. We want to show you to the world. We want to get you out there because people need to know you. And it really is the easiest and fastest way to grow with literally just sitting on your couch and connecting with people. So the power of consistency is really key if you're going to see anything. And where you really just stand out and be on top of mind all the time. Consistency is what everyone struggles with too. It's so hard. I know. It was literally my job for 2 years is to do social media marketing and to be on there every single day. And I was every single day. Everyone knew who you were. Everyone saw me. Anytime they opened the phone, they were like, you were just there every single day. But that's because it worked. And it takes that time and that commitment for you to actually get to the point where your brand is out. And then you've hit brand awareness. Just dribbling here and there is just not going to do it, especially how platforms are these days and how fast people move. You have to be consistent. You have to post every day. And the more you post, the more they're getting to know you. They're like, Charles, Charles, Charles. And if they're talking and having a conversation with someone about they need something done like painting, they're like, oh, Kenny, I keep seeing she's always posting these videos. You got to use her. I'm always seeing her. If you're always on top of mind, that's what happens. So when you're on top of mind, they're having conversations with people at a networking event. They're like, oh, I know your person, Megan. Social media, that's her. You got to use her because you're always on top of mind. And again, if you are struggling with just getting on video and doing reels, show up on stories. Most of my sales personally comes from stories, 100%. Because the thing about stories, what I love so much about them is that when someone comments on your stories, it immediately goes to the DMs, which is Messenger, which it goes to a private message, okay? And when you get someone in there, you're actually making a connection at that point. Okay. And then you can build conversation and close on deals. So that is why I love stories so much. Now, You too need to be engaging with people. Okay. Don't just expect people to come to you and be like, oh, no one's engaging with me. Well, are you engaging with people? Isn't this networking online? Exactly. So you need to be engaging with people. You need to go to potential clients' accounts and say, I love this picture of you. What a little cute dog. Whatever it is. Actually engage with people because that is what actually builds that community because they see that you're taking the time to comment on their stuff and say, hey, I see you and everything looks, I love what you're doing. I love what you're posting. So that is one of the things I did every single day too. I would time block 30 minutes in the morning 30 minutes in the afternoon, and I would go on just to engage with people, just to build that community, to make friends, support their business, repost their things, repost it to my stories, follow them, like their stuff, go on their stories and comment on their stories. I was constantly having conversations and engaging with them, which then made them feel like, oh, she's actually looking at my stuff too. It's not just her posting and I'm commenting on her. She's actually going on my stuff and also engaging on my stuff. So I talk about stories a lot because once people go to your page and you feel all this great content and you're posting reels and you're building your following and you're getting comments, the next thing to do is for them to get to know you on a personal level is honestly through stories. Okay, because that's where you kind of do more behind the scenes. If you have links, if you're selling something, if you're promoting an open house, a listing, things like that, you want to put on your stories. If you have a product, that's where you put on your stories with the link. If you're having an event, that's when you put on your stories. But once people get to your platform, they actually did a report on this, and they said more people are actually not even looking at the grid or scrolling. They're actually going to stories now. On Facebook, they're going to the top. Instagram, when they open the app, they're actually going to stories first before they even start scrolling. People are actually now going to stories because, again, we're craving that human connection, right? And when you're scrolling reels and actually on the grid itself, you're not really building it, you're just entertaining yourself, if you think about it, right? You're entertaining yourself, just kind of scrolling through. But where people go is the stories actually build that connection and be like, oh, what is she doing today? What is Barbara doing today? What is she up to? So it is important and very crucial that you get on your stories to, again, get a little bit of a deeper connection with your followers that are there on your page. Create a schedule, okay? So when it comes to stories, a lot of people find it easier. And as much as we want to build our following and stuff like that, guys, there's a community already there. Whether it's 200 followers, 3,000 followers, or 50,000 followers, there's people there already. You have a community there. So you actually need to interact with them and build that relationship because it doesn't matter how small or big. You have people there, and those people are there because they already like you, they know you, trust you, they believe in you. So why not nurture them? Why not nurture that community that you have? Because honestly, when I first started, I didn't have that big of a following. But man, did I blow up when it came to business because that following, I really nurtured and got to know them on a personal level and engaged with them. And then I started getting business. And while my following was growing, but really people are so focused on chasing the big number that they don't look at what they already have in front of them. Right. So it's about networking. Even if the networking group is small, that small group can be pretty strong. Right. So nurture those people that are with you. So this is kind of just like an idea of content that you can do in your daily stories. Client spotlights, testimonials, project updates, fun content, of your team. It doesn't have to be rehearsed. It doesn't have to be structured. Stories are fun. They're engaging. Promote an upcoming event, service, special you offer, anything like that. So if you have any kind of special or offer event, you need to be talking about it all the time. Okay, so if you have a product, you don't just post it once, right? You can't just post it once. You got to talk about it all the time because people scroll so much that they'll forget about you the next day, even 4 hours later, right? So if you're trying to, list a listing, an open house, if you're trying to sell a product or whatever, you need to be constantly talking about it and reminding them that you have this, event coming up, that you have an open house, that you have this listing. You can't expect anything with one post. You can't because they forgot about you in 2 seconds because they're looking at someone else's, right? So constantly staying on top of mind is very, very crucial. So a lot of people that I work with too, they're not even following their sphere, their influence. I start working with them with social media. I'm like, hey, tell me a little bit about your history. What did you do before? Did you go to college here? Did you go to high school here? What church group were you involved with? And I'm like, do you follow all those people? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, your first homework is to get on social media and follow everyone you know, right? Because we all know that the people that already know, like, and trust us are more likely to refer us, are more likely to share our content, are more likely to tag us on social media when people are like, I'm looking for a social media person, Megan, right? Because they already have experienced us, whether that's in school, church group, or your kid's soccer group, whatever. Everyone I meet, I then go back and I follow every single person I meet. Because when they leave, again, social media is the easiest way to stay on top of mind in front of people all the time. So any event I go to, any group I meet, a friend, at dinner, at the bar, I go right then. I'm like, you're going to follow me because I want to make sure you see my content every single day, top of mind, right? Because it's like literally the easiest and fastest way. Follow local businesses. And guys, it's okay to follow people. Okay. It's okay. They follow you back. It's okay to do that. So follow businesses, follow local, especially if your service or your product that you sell is more local. You need to follow people in your sphere and build that. They will follow you back. And anytime that someone follows me, you can automate this if you like, but I immediately send them a message. I'm like, hey, thanks for being here. And I go on their grid or their Facebook and I look at something that's relatable right off the bat. I see they have kids. I see they like pink. I love pink, you know? And so when I go and I message them and thank him for following my page or liking my Instagram, I welcome them to my page. I say, hey, I see they have 2 kids. I do too. What are you doing this week? I'm always looking for things to do. Well, it's so nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. And by the way, I do marketing. If you're ever looking for marketing services, I'm here. I immediately try to get in their messenger and try to build that connection. People are like, man, that's so awkward. And I get it. But you know what? How's it different from doing it in person? How's it different from doing it in person? Even sometimes I'll send a video. Right when they accept it, I'm like in my car. And I'm like, hey, I saw that you sent it. And they get the message and they're like, and I look at them and I can tell they look at it and they're like, wow, that was different. I'm like, you're welcome to be here. So excited to have you. Right? Send birthday videos to people. Like there's so many things. Again, people crave that personal interaction. And even though it's social media, it doesn't mean we don't have that. It doesn't mean we don't want to do that.
Do the same thing. We got a guy on our team that says birthday videos for 7 years. And I'm gonna put out to you that it is much stranger to just accept straight. We're just gonna voyeuristically watch each other's content without engaging. And I'm gonna let you into my world without even saying hi. I'm just gonna walk in my house. I'm not gonna greet you at the door and say, "Hey, you need anything? Let me know. The fridge is open here." It's really weird that y'all don't do this.
Yeah.
It is genuinely strange. I say hi to every single friend request that I get. I've got over
Good.
4,500 friends.
Yep. Same.
I have a question. I'm kind of confused. Okay, I know you said follow people. I know
Yes.
that you can follow, and then you can friend. Obviously, is it different?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So Facebook, you can friend requests.
Okay, well, I have
And Instagram.
limited
follow.
friends, but how can I get to where they follow me? Or is that automatic?
Where they follow you back. So they do have to follow you back.
Well, no, if I follow them, they just follow me back. But all I
Yes.
have is I have to delete friends all the time. I'm mad.
On
So,
Facebook.
yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah. You have.
I hate to delete myself. I don't
Yeah.
But so I thought, well, following, and I have a business page too, so I try to send everybody.
Yeah.
Which is my personal page is different than my business, and there's people that you want to interact with more on personal level.
Yes. Well, speaking of business pages too, like I have like a love hate relationship with it because most of my business comes from my personal.
Right.
100%. I mean, it's like dead. Don't even go look at the brand agency. She died like last year. She didn't even live. She didn't even come alive. So, but it's because when I started, it was me, the face. My face is the brand. You didn't even know what I really did. I was just this girl named Megan that always popped up on everyone's Instagram and Facebook. Like people just was like, you just keep showing up. Like you're just there. And so I came up with a brand agency just because I had to open a company, but really still today, people are like, Megan, 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 because I'm more personal, like I'm on there, I'm talking, I'm speaking, I'm doing silly things on my stories, like, I'm posting on Reels and Facebook and engaging. So I'm a big believer of that's why video and you being out there is so important as a business owner. It can't just be your logo. It can't just be your employees. Like if you are the person that owns it, you need to be out there. They want to hear from you. They're going to work with you. Why would they want to hear from anyone else? So it's important to put yourself out there. And so a part of me wishes, and even as my company, I'm trying to work on this, but like I would rather manage personal Facebook pages than business pages because it's like almost like a flock almost. But hopefully, I'm hoping that changes eventually because you're definitely going to get a lot more on your personal. But I tell people, hey, share the content from your business page to your personal, and share that content that we're putting out there for you. So I try to get my clients to do that, as much as possible, if they can. But really, a lot of people don't even like your business page back, which it makes it a little different, really difficult. Engage with their content. Like I said earlier, like, comment. Again, I talk about this so much because you can't just put all this out there. There's so many people that have like huge followings, but like they never engage with their community. And I've worked with I've had influencers approach me. They're like, Megan, I don't understand. I have 50,000 followers. I'm getting no business. I'm like, because you have no connection to your community. You're all they're doing is following your page because they like your content, but you're not selling. You're not engaging with them. See, that's why engagement is so important. Not just putting out good content, not just building the following and being consistent, but you need to be engaging, or your marketing person needs to be engaging with people. That's how you actually go.
What was interesting, we went to an Inspire Wealth conference about a month ago, and they were talking about how when they're looking for people to promote their products, they're actually looking for people in the 1,500 to 3,000 follower range because the people that are following you are actually following you versus the people that are have a million followers. You don't have that same connection with them. Like if use an example of a gym owner. If I'm a gym owner, probably those 1,500 people are probably following me for my workout tips and stuff. So if I've got a workout product, those 1,500 followers are worth way more to me than if I'm some famous person that has a million people and I just say, hey, you should go on this diet. Like you actually don't have that same connection. So that was as a business owner being taught, likes, followers. In reality, we actually have more influence when your numbers are smaller and are more engaged with who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, even big brands, you can look it up when you look here on Google. Big brands are now not going after influencers, like these huge influencers. They're going after micro influencers and inviting them to these exclusive grand openings of champagne companies or hair product companies. They're actually going after people that are in that follower count to come and experience hotel stays, vacations, because they learned that that's actually what works because they have that community built. Even though it's 3,000 followers, those people are actually going to buy because they like that person so much and they're engaged with them more than the 50,000. I can't tell you, listen, I have clients and we have actually hired influencers to come in and be in the content, and we have got not much out of it. So I personally experienced this with my clients who have paid influencers that have, I'm talking massive following. They come, they do the video. The video does great. It's awesome. And then my client's like, all right, where's the leads? I'm like, I don't know. We got 5,000, but so it's not about the following and things like that. It's more about the building of community, engaging. And it does take time though. It's a slow burn. Social media is a slow burn. So you do have to understand that. But I personally built my business off of it. And yeah, it took a long time, but now it's just like cruising now. Like people know me. I don't even have to sell. I just show up. But also at the same time, it was because I was just building a community. Like Vernon said, I reached out to him. I brought him in. I sat down. I talked to him. I built that trust. And I was like, yeah, just let me know if you ever need anything. But you need to get on social media. You need to do this. You should do this. You should do that. And then eventually people just start coming, just providing that value and making that connection. Right. And so I did engage with Vernon. I reached out to Vernon. I slid into his DMs. Right. So, but it's because I genuinely want to connect with people, and I know what I do will help people, and I'm passionate about what I do. And I know it works because I've done it myself. So find 5 potential clients, engage with their content, like the post, leave a thoughtful message like, hi, my name is so-and-so, and also I love your content, would love to connect. So be personal. Actually take the time to write too. Don't just put an emoji face. Guys, that's not engaging. Like, no, that don't do nothing. Okay. I'm like, meh. Like, okay, we actually want to like conversate with you, so leave something. So again, here's actionable steps like their latest post, leave a thoughtful comment, reply to other stories. So set a weekly goal where you follow 5 local businesses, 5 new clients, and engage with 5 friends every week consistently all the time. And that's what I do. A lot of my part, even for my personal, I do more engagement than I even do content because I'm working on my I love my community. I'm working on my Facebook community. I'm working on my Instagram. I'm constantly talking to people. And honestly, I just love it because I'm busy. I'm involved. They're in school now. They got homework. We got this and that, and we're running everywhere. And so I just love catching up with people on social, and it's just building a relationship. And eventually, they'll use me, great, or they'll refer me because I'm talking to them. Now, like I said before, getting in the messenger, messaging people is huge. A lot of people feel really uncomfortable with this because it's so unnatural. Because again, we're on social media, we're not networking in a networking group. But I cannot tell you how successful this can be. Like Justin said, when people follow you or accept your friend request, send them a message, send them a video. When it's their birthday, send them a happy birthday video. When it's their anniversary, send them a happy anniversary video. That stuff really does matter, and it really goes a long way. And people don't expect it, at all. Especially on social, you popping up with a video. So I'll send voice messages, not so much, but I send more video messages than I do voice. Join Facebook groups, Instagram communities, and provide value. Again, get in the Facebook groups. If you're a Facebooker, okay, you need to be in a lot of Facebook groups because that is where a lot of business can be for you. Whatever industry you are, products, services, whatever have you, get into as many as possible. Okay. Collaboration giveaways. Okay. So someone talked about collaboration. I'm big about collaboration. I love collaboration and it really does help you grow. Not only your following, that's a big way. If you want to grow your following, collaboration and giveaways is huge for that. Also, if you just want to grow your following in general, like ads, boost your videos, videos that are performing well, or structure a video for an ad. But if you can go on your Instagram or your Facebook, you can see how they're performing. And if one video is performing well, boost it, and I'm not gonna lie, you have to spend a little bit of money, but that can help kind of amplify it. Now, is that direct targeting? No, not necessarily, but you are going to grow your following. But when people make a mistake on with giveaways and doing things like that where they go really viral and they go crazy is they don't go into the giveaway and engage with the people that liked the giveaway and comment on it. So anytime I do a giveaway, the people that are on there that are commenting, that are sharing it, that are, liking it, I actually go right into their DMs. I thank them for doing the giveaway. I tell them to make sure to tag friends or whatever, and I congratulate them. So that's another way to connect and grow your following is doing some kind of big collaboration with someone. And it has to be someone in your industry. A lot of people do giveaways, like random people have nothing to do with like what they do. So like if you like for real estate, for example, do a giveaway with someone who is like in mortgage, title, home cleaning service, insurance, something like that that goes along with your industry. So it makes sense. So then you're getting in front of an ideal client. So if you want to target market, make sure you're very selective of who you actually collaborate with. If it's an influencer, in your hotel, like we go after influencers that travel because those are people that are interested in traveling and can stay at their hotel. So again, you got to be a little more strategic and be like, oh, there's this influencer or whatever. Hey, let's collaborate together. It's like, well, are we in the same sphere? So we can actually target market people and get in front of the ideal client. So giveaways are great if they're done right. If they're done right with the right person and have the same goals. So again, promote the giveaways, boost them, obviously, because that really does help. And you got to do a really good video for a giveaway. You can't just get on there and say, hey, I'm giving away this. Like you actually got to do one that's really good, that's really eye-catching, watch time. People will stay on there and watch it for a long time. And like I said, the biggest part too is making sure that has something to do with what you do. like your industry, what you sell. Because then you'll actually, even though you're boosting it and it's kind of broadening the net because you're boosting it, but what you're talking about, what you're doing, if you're collaborating with, you'll get in front of the ideal clients that you want to be in front of. So again, engage and follow up. So track everyone who likes and comments or shares on your posts. Follow up with them. DM them with a call to action. Hi, thanks for sharing, or give away the first 20 people who fill out this form. I've done that too, where it's not even on the giveaway itself or the video, but I will go in and message people and basically do a lead capture. We're like, hey, I saw that you entered this giveaway. We're actually doing this special. If you sign up, the first 20 people to sign up and put their email information in this, it just ups your chance of getting the giveaway. So then I'm capturing their email and information. So there's a lot of strategic when it comes to giveaways and collaboration to do it right. A lot of people just get together, they do things together with no plan, no marketing strategy. Okay. Marketing is definitely not a spaghetti method. Like you do it first to kind of see what people are liking and doing and what they're like actually watching when it comes to your content. But then you really want to start dialing it in at a certain point though. Okay. But at first you are just putting stuff out there, content, giveaways, things like that. But once you start doing it and we get some data, then we got to look at the whole spectrum and see what's actually going to work and come up with like a strategic plan. Okay, so I'm giving you homework because I always do. Okay, so I really want everyone to try to get on camera. Now, if you struggle with getting on camera, because some people are just like, I can't do it. I feel weird. I don't feel confident. I actually help people get on camera. I think because I was a dancer for so long, and my mom forced me on stage to wear sparkles and shake my butt. I guess I had no choice but to get on stage. So I think having a background in dance has helped me with people and coaching them of like getting on camera and being who they are and just getting them comfortable. And we can start slow and like work our way up. So if you just are just constantly just not being on camera, you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But you just don't do it. It might be time to just find a friend or accountability person or hire a coach or hire a videographer that's really good behind the camera. They have to be good behind the camera. Okay. Because then otherwise you're probably not going to do it. You just need a little boost and help. And that's okay. Time block, content ideas, recording, uploading, and engagement. So you do have to schedule when it comes to creating content. I always tell people I take a day for coming up with ideas, I take a day for recording, and then I take a day for uploading, and then engagement again. So if you're putting out a bunch of content and you're not engaging with your community, you're probably not going to see anything. And you're going to spend all this money and you're not going to get anything back. And I hear it a lot. I get a lot of people that come to me with huge followings and they're like, they literally make no money, but they're not engaging like at all. They're not setting up automations, nothing. So you have to do engagement. I've said it so many times, but that's where this whole networking thing comes into play. Just like you network in person, you have to network on your social media. That means you going on other people's platforms and commenting, not just having them come to you. You're like, where's the engagement? I'm putting all this content. I'm like, well, you have to go engage too. You have to reach out to people because that's just self-serving. Like, well, I'm putting all this stuff out, but no one's talking to me, right? Plan your stories, work on building a community. It really does work. And once it's there, it will just take off. From my personal experience, once I started getting out there and being consistent and DMing people and commenting, it literally just blew up. And like, I still don't have that big of a following, but like, I still get so many referrals and like tags and things like that because I love my community and I take time to talk to them every day. People know they can message me and be like, Megan, I'm having problems with this, or I'm like having a, can you look at this video, see if it's good? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, and I'm just on there. Like I'm constantly on there, like talking to people all the time. Continue following your sphere, local businesses. I said other realtors, but people in your industry. Get in the dance, plan a collaboration giveaway. If you really want to grow and really stretch your sphere, really do it. It really does help and it works. Create a lead tracker for your social leads. And obviously start engaging with your followers and get in the DMs. They want to hear from you. They're there for a reason. And otherwise, they're just going to hang out there and keep scrolling through your videos. But if you don't go out there and say, hey, I see that you're here. How are you? You're not going to see anything out of your business at all. So again, like I've said plenty of times in this whole presentation, because this is a networking based event, go out there and engage with your following starting today. Make sure you're following your sphere. Make sure that you're following other businesses or things, people that might be interested in your product, it's okay to follow them and then start engaging with them, because that immediately is triggering their attention, and then starting a conversation creates that human connection when it comes to social media. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Facebook, Instagram, it's just Megan Galbraith. It's just my name. I love that I love when people follow up afterwards and ask questions. I'm here for it. So I love it. So I hope you enjoyed.